Hey guys, this is George with Kingdom Worker Ministries, and I just want to take a few minutes of your time to share a quick message with you that I believe will be a blessing to you, will help encourage you, will help strengthen your relationship with God, and improve your Christian walk. And above all, remember to pray. But whenever you pray, there are some things that you need to know about prayer. First of all, you need to know how to pray. Then, when you pray, you should expect to have your prayers answered. Contrary to popular beliefs and some teachings, if God did not want to answer all of your prayers, he would not have told you to pray, and more importantly, he would not have told you how to pray. Since most people are not familiar with the different types of prayer that God has made available, many of their prayers go unanswered. In order to have your prayers answered, you must be aware of the many types of prayer. You must know the right type of prayer to use for your situation, and you must know the procedure for using that prayer. Because we lack the needed knowledge about prayer, its purpose, more prayers go unanswered than get answered. Some believe that when they pray, God hears them because they are sincere. Others believe he hears them because they have a need. And then there are some who believe he hears them because they have a pain or are suffering. This is not true for any of those cases. By hear, we do not mean he does not hear the audible words that one speaks when they pray. We mean to say that God does not respond to your prayers based on any of those reasons. God only hears or responds to those prayers that conform to the principles set forth in his word. God has set forth procedures that guarantee you receive the answers to your prayers. Basically, you must pray according to his will. Here's a novel thought. If each prayer prayed was according to his will, then there would be no need to include the phrase, if it be thy will. All the prayers prayed would already be in his will. This is just a thought. Imagine praying a prayer according to the will of God. Is it possible to do that? Do you think this type of prayer would ever work? How do you know what God's will is? As the righteousness of God, we have the right to have our prayers answered. As a child of God, you have the right to the inheritance of the new covenant, a better covenant built on better promises. Just because we have the right to these things does not mean that we will get our prayers answered without following the rules set forth by God. Here's another way to look at it. It would be like playing football or playing a football game with the rules used to govern a basketball game. Somehow it just does not work. The same applies to your prayers. You have to pray according to the rules that God has set forth in order for your prayers to get answered. People pray all the time for different reasons, for many different things, using many different methods. But we lack the knowledge about praying God's way. Most people are not aware that each of the different types of prayer that God has made available for us are governed by their own set of spiritual laws and or rules. On the surface, These prayers seem to be identical to each other. They share many similarities, which may account for the confusion by so many. Because all of the prayers require the same tools, many times the spiritual laws that govern each of them are misused, misconstrued, and misapplied, resulting in many unanswered prayers. Praying always with all prayer, according to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 18, implies that there are different kinds or methods of prayer. To get answers to your prayers, you must be aware of the different types of prayer and familiarize yourself with them. So make sure you know how to pray, which goes way beyond opening your mouth and just throwing out some words that sound spiritual or godly. Learn to pray God's way, according to God's will, and get your prayers answered. We pray that our message will be a blessing to you, and it will be a great source of information. We also pray that this message will give you a little different perspective on prayer so that you will gain the knowledge on understanding prayer and how to get prayers answered. As always, we pray that our commentary will abundantly bless you, greatly inform you, and that you will be the better for having heard it. If this message has been a blessing to you, please click the like button and share it so that others may be blessed by it as well. Have an awesome day, and we will see you the next time. Continued blessings.